Hey, everybody. Welcome to our deep dive on power of attorney documents.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of people don't really think about until they need it, right?
Right.
I'm Montes, Travis.
I'm Marylyn Trotter, and I am excited to break down this important legal tool for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're really trying to get a handle on POAs, and we are here to help you navigate this world.
Absolutely. And, you've flagged Mobile Notary by Derek Sproul as a service that caught your eye.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure we talk about that and how that might fit into the process.
Yeah, that's interesting you brought that up because a lot of people don't realize that a notary can play a key role in making a power of attorney official.
No, absolutely. We will definitely circle back to that and how a mobile notary service fits into all this.
Okay, cool.
But first, let's demystify what a power of attorney actually is.
Okay.
For those who might not be familiar with it, it's basically a legal document that allows you to appoint someone to act on your behalf.
So it's like choosing a trusted representative.
You got it.
Someone you're explicitly granting the authority to manage specific aspects of your life.
Yes. And these aspects could range from, financial decisions like banking, paying bills, to healthcare choices, or even property transactions.
Oh, wow.
It's all spelled out in the POA document itself.
Okay, so it's all right there in the document.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm seeing that you've been digging into the different types of POAs.
Yes.
And there are several, right? And each
Right.
one has a specific purpose.
Yes. Eddie, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Okay.
We've got the general POA, which, as the name implies, grants broad authority to the agent.
So hypothetically, if I were to give my sister a general POA, she could potentially sell my house, access my bank accounts, even sign contracts on my behalf.
Within the legal boundaries set forth in the document.
Oh, wow.
That's why a general POA is usually reserved for situations where you have complete trust in the agent.
I can see why that level of authority requires careful consideration.
Absolutely. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have the limited POA. This type restricts the agent's powers to very specific tasks.
So, for instance, I could appoint a limited POA for someone solely to handle the sale of a specific property, nothing more.
Precisely.
Oh, okay.
This type of POA is often used for single transactions or well-defined situations where you need someone to act on your behalf for a limited time.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like these POAs offer a good deal of flexibility, allowing you to tailor the level of control you want to delegate.
They do, but it's important to be aware of the nuances.
Okay.
For example, a durable POA is crucial if you're concerned about potential incapacity.
Incapacity meaning if I'm unable to make decisions for myself due to an illness or an accident.
Exactly. A durable POA remains effective even if you become incapacitated.
Okay.
Without it, your designated agent wouldn't have the legal authority to act on your behalf when you need them most.
That's a critical distinction. It sounds like having a durable POA in place could prevent a lot of headaches for families down the road.
You're absolutely right. It can help avoid the need for guardianship proceedings, which can be costly and time-consuming.
Speaking of headaches,
How?
you know what else seems like a potential hassle?
What's that?
Dealing with the logistics of getting a POA notarized.
Oh, absolutely. That's where a service like Mobile Notary by Derek Sproul could be a game changer.
Their website mentions that they specialize in notarizing important documents, including POAs, and they come directly to you.
Mm-hmm. That convenience factor can be invaluable, especially if you're dealing with health issues or have limited mobility.
Definitely. But while a mobile notary makes the process easier, it's vital to remember they're not legal advisors.
Right. They're there to verify identities and witness signatures, ensuring the document is legally valid.
So they're just there to do the notarizing.
Yes.
Okay.
But for the actual drafting of the POA and understanding the intricacies of each type, you'd still want to consult with an attorney.
Makes sense. Having an attorney guide you through the process ensures your wishes are accurately reflected and your interests are protected. Speaking of wishes, let's delve a bit deeper into the considerations involved when choosing an agent.
That's a crucial aspect, Eddie. It's not a decision to be taken lightly.
Right.
You're essentially entrusting this person with significant power over your affairs.
Yeah, trust is paramount. But what happens if someone doesn't have a family member or close friend they feel comfortable appointing?
That's a valid concern. Luckily, there are alternatives. You could consider appointing co-agents, meaning two or more individuals share the responsibility.
Interesting. So it's like having a checks and balances system in place.
Exactly. It can be particularly helpful for those with complex estates or concerns about potential conflicts of interest.
What are some other options if co-agents aren't a good fit?
Well, for those seeking professional management, a corporate fiduciary, such as a bank's trust department, could be an option.
Oh, okay.
But it's important to note that these services come with associated fees.
Right. Ultimately, the best choice for an agent depends on your individual circumstances, assets, and the level of trust you have.
Well said. Now let's shift gears a bit and explore the responsibilities that come with being an agent under a POA.
Okay.
It's a significant undertaking, Eddie, with legal and ethical obligations that shouldn't be overlooked.
So it's not just about having the authority to act.
Right.
It's about understanding the legal and ethical duties that come with that power.
You're absolutely right. It's a position of trust, and the agent is held to a high standard.
Okay, so let's unpack those in the part 2 of our deep dive, because understanding those duties is crucial for both the agent and the principal.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back. Welcome back.
All right, so...
Now let's dive into the responsibilities of being an agent.
Okay.
It's not just about having the authority to act right. It's about understanding the legal and ethical duties that come with that power.
You're absolutely right. It's a position of trust, and the agent is held to a high standard.
Okay.
The core principle here is that the agent must always act in the best interest of the principal.
So that means making decisions that align with the principal's wishes, as outlined in the POA document or through, prior conversations that they've had.
Exactly. So, for example, if the POA grants the agent authority over financial matters, they can't just, go on a spending spree with the principal's money.
Right. They're obligated to manage those assets responsibly, making decisions that prioritize the principal's financial well-being.
Yes. It's not just about avoiding reckless actions. It's about actively seeking what's best for the principal.
Okay, got it. So it's not just, not doing anything bad, but it's like actually trying to do good.
Right.
Okay.
The agent should be making informed decisions considering the principal's goals and values.
And that includes keeping detailed records of all transactions and decisions made on the principal's behalf.
Right. Transparency is key. The agent should be able to clearly demonstrate how they've managed the principal's affairs.
Okay, makes sense. This level of accountability is essential, especially if the principal, later wants to review the agent's actions.
Yeah.
You've touched on a really important point there. What happens if the principal becomes dissatisfied with the agent's performance?
Well, assuming the principal is still mentally competent, they have the right to revoke the POA at any time.
Oh, so it's not like a set it and forget it.
It's not.
Okay, so the principal retains the power to modify or revoke the POA as long as they have the capacity to do so.
Yes.
So it seems like open communication between the principal and the agent is really crucial throughout this process.
Absolutely. Regular communication can help prevent misunderstandings and ensure everyone is on the same page.
It allows the principal to express any concerns and for the agent to seek clarification if needed.
Exactly. And let's not forget, if there's evidence of misconduct or abuse of power, legal action can be taken to hold the agent accountable.
Wow. So there are legal remedies in place to protect the principal's interests.
Absolutely.
This raises an interesting question. What are some red flags that might indicate an agent isn't fulfilling their duties properly?
That's a great point. Some warning signs could include unexplained financial transactions, a sudden change in the principal's living conditions, or the agent isolating the principal from family and friends.
Oh, wow. So if they're like, all of a sudden you can't get a hold of grandma or grandpa?
Right.
Okay. Those are certainly things to watch out for.
Yeah.
It's essential to be vigilant and address any concerns promptly.
Yes, and don't hesitate to involve legal professionals if you suspect wrongdoing.
Right. It's better to err on the side of caution when it comes to protecting the principal's well-being and assets.
Absolutely.
Now, before we move on, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier. You're curious about the role of a mobile notary service, specifically Mobile Notary by Derek Spruill.
Yes, that's right.
It seems like their services could really streamline the process of getting a POA notarized.
Absolutely. A mobile notary brings the convenience factor directly to the principal, which can be especially helpful for those with mobility issues or time constraints.
Like you were saying earlier.
Right.
It can eliminate the hassle of traveling to a notary's office, saving time and effort.
Exactly. And as we discussed before, while a mobile notary ensures the document is properly executed and witnessed, they don't provide legal advice.
Right. They're not lawyers.
Right. You'd still want to consult with an attorney to ensure the POA is drafted correctly and meets your specific needs.
So it's kind of like a 1-2 punch, right? You got your attorney and then you got your notary.
Exactly. It's a valuable piece of the puzzle, simplifying a potentially cumbersome step in the process.
Now, are you ready to explore some final takeaways and consider what this all means for you personally?
I'm ready when you are. Let's wrap up this deep dive with some key insights and actionable advice.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in our deep dive into powers of attorney. It's been a fascinating journey exploring the different types, the responsibilities involved, and even how services like Mobile Notary by Derek Sproul can simplify the process.
Yeah, it has.
What stands out to you as the most crucial takeaway for our listener?
I think the biggest takeaway is that planning ahead with a POA is an act of empowerment. It's about taking control of your future and ensuring your wishes are honored even if you're unable to express them yourself.
So it's like having that safety net in place, knowing that someone you trust can step in and manage your affairs if needed.
Exactly. And it's not just about preparing for the unexpected. A POA can also be helpful for more everyday situations, like if you're traveling and need someone to handle financial matters while you're away.
Right, or if you're just incapacitated for a short period of time.
Exactly.
And what's so fascinating about this is how the type of POA you choose can be tailored to your specific needs and level of comfort.
Right. Whether it's a broad general POA or a highly specific limited POA, the document reflects the degree of authority you're willing to delegate.
And even if you have a POA in place, it's important to remember that it's not set in stone.
You're right. You can modify or revoke it at any time as long as you're mentally competent.
That flexibility is important, as circumstances and relationships can change over time.
Absolutely. And speaking of relationships, choosing your agent is arguably the most critical decision in this whole process.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding someone you like or who's available. It's about selecting someone who possesses the necessary qualities to fulfill this role responsibly.
So what are some key traits to consider when evaluating potential agents?
Well, trustworthiness is paramount. You need someone who's honest, reliable, and has a proven track record of responsible decision-making.
Right. So somebody that's not going to run off with your money or something like that.
Exactly. It's also crucial to find someone who's organized, detail-oriented, and capable of handling financial or legal matters, depending on the scope of the POA.
So do they have to be like an accountant or a lawyer or something?
No, not necessarily, but they need to have some understanding of those matters.
Okay.
And perhaps most importantly, you need someone who understands your values, your goals, and your wishes.
Because at the end of the day, this isn't just a legal transaction, right?
Right. It's a deeply personal one built on a foundation of trust and shared understanding.
And while this deep dive has provided valuable insights, I think it's essential to emphasize that this is just the beginning of the exploration.
I agree.
Each individual situation is unique, and seeking personalized legal advice is crucial.
Absolutely. An attorney can help you navigate the complexities of POA law, ensure your document is properly drafted, and address any specific concerns you might have.
So as we conclude our deep dive, I encourage you to reflect on what you've learned and consider how this knowledge applies to your own life. Who would you trust to act as your agent? What specific instructions would you give them? And how can you ensure your POA truly reflects your wishes and protects your interests?
Those are powerful questions, and I hope this deep dive has equipped you with the knowledge to answer them thoughtfully.
Knowledge is power. And by taking the time to understand powers of attorney, you're taking a proactive step towards securing your future. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and don't hesitate to seek expert guidance when needed. Until next time, stay curious.